All right, everybody, today, Macallan Double Cask 12 for the first time. All right, welcome back. Thanks for watching. If you're new to this channel, I usually cover American whiskeys, but today I'm doing Scotch. Specifically, I'm going to be getting my feet wet in the Macallan game. And when I first started doing this video, I was thinking to myself, like, it's probably a bazillion Macallan videos out here. How can I make mine different? And I was like, okay, I got a story. So before I get into the Macallan stuff, let me go ahead and tell you my story. So funny thing, I was talking to somebody whose opinion I respect a lot, and I was like, all right, I want to start doing some Scotch videos on this channel, but like, what do I need to do for people to like take it serious? So the person told me that, well, I hear everybody talking about Macallan 18. And I was thinking, Macallan 18? So he gave me the game on the Macallan 18, and I was like, well, I mean, okay, I could do that, but I haven't had any Macallans before, so it would be kind of disingenuous of me to make a video trying to pontificate or opine on, you know, Macallan 18 if I haven't had any Macallan. So I was like, all right, check this out. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with the 12. I may get the 15, and then, you know, maybe I'll get the Series 5 or something, but I felt like I got to start at the bottom. And if you're going to start with anything in Scotch, I think you got to start with the Macallan, specifically the 12, just because it's just the foundation. So before we even get into this, let's go ahead and fly over to Scotland, and let's go ahead and check out the Macallan distillery. Now, from the website, from what I can tell here, and again, for all you Scotch experts, don't come for me. You know, my viewers don't really know about that, so let me give them a little bit of background. All right, so my understanding of why they call it the double cask is you have two different oak casks involved. You have a ex-sherry American oak, which should give you a sweeter oak, and then you have a ex-sherry European oak. The whiskey is first aged in the American ex-sherry oak and then aged again in the European oak for a minimum of 12 years. So Macallan 12 double cask. Let's go ahead and get into the bottles here. And one of the things I always like to tell my viewers, if possible, always look for the smaller bottle. That way you don't have to invest a lot. Because I know that these is probably, you know, maybe 60 or 70, depending on where it is you are, you know, but if you can find the smaller size, is always a good way to get into it. I went ahead and got the second one because this is such a foundational Scotch. Just like I got to have it on hand, might as well get it. But just know it may be available in a smaller size. Let's go ahead and crack this sucker open, give it a chance to get some air. So one of the things I found interesting about Macallan while this is opening up is that they don't use any added coloring, which I like. As you guys know, I'm not into any added sugar, coloring. Just keep it simple, which is pretty much the type of person that I am. I don't like to gimmicks and all this other type of stuff. Just give it to you uncut and unfiltered, right? So no added color is a bonus for me. I definitely like that. Another thing I found interesting is that it says on the box that it's Highland Scotch, right? But technically, Macallan is considered a Speyside, which I know just enough about the regions of Scotch to be dangerous, but I was like, oh, okay. And then I read that actually Speyside is part of the Highland. So just know going in that, you know, somebody may say Macallan is not a Highland, it's a Speyside, if that means something to you. Aside from that, that's all I got as far as trivia that you probably don't already know. Let's go ahead and get into the nose here. So on the nose, I'm getting dark fruits. Kind of hard to place. I don't want to just make up something, but dark fruits overall. This is 43% ABV, so I'm not getting a lot of booze or ethanol. I'm getting kind of what would be considered maybe caramel, if I could say that. A lot of times, you know, with bourbon you get a lot of caramels, but I'm getting like a lot of caramel on here, dark fruits. Let's go ahead and go on for the tasting. Cheers. Okay, so in the mouthfeel, getting a little bit of viscosity on here. I'm looking to see, there are a little bit of legs on this glass. Very interesting because this is not a higher ABV Scotch, but you taste a little bit of viscosity on here. As far as the taste profile, it kind of goes in line with the nose. By that I mean, I remember I did a video where I went through the Johnnie Walker sampler. It was the Johnnie Walker Black, the gold, I think the 18-year, and the blue. And Johnnie Walker overall had a distinct profile to me. It wasn't fruity, it was more of just the barley. This to me is not just barley, but it's heading into some of the dark fruit side. Not vibrant fruit like apples, pears, light fruits, but more like darker fruits. Kind of like if you were to take the Johnnie Walker profile, but maybe add in some caramel or something. Very interesting. So for me also, the finish on here is actually lingering, which again, for a lower ABV Scotch, I'm surprised by that. So that's two things. The mouthfeel and the finish is more than I'd expect for a lower ABV Scotch, but overall it's good. It's just what I can taste in here is I can just taste quality. I haven't had a lot of other Scotches to make an intelligent comparison between this and something else, but I would say that it's probably not my preferred flavor profile because I tend to like more of the fruity type of stuff. Even on my bourbons, which I do a lot of, I tend to have settled in around that Four Roses bourbon profile because you get the spice from the rye, but you also get a lot of fruity notes. I think it's because that yeast that they use. My flavor profile is more in line with that, and that's kind of not what I'm getting on here. I am getting, I guess, what would be considered more like caramel, vanilla, more on the darker fruit notes, not the light fruits and vibrant notes. But nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with this at all. I mean, it just tastes quality. It just doesn't seem to be my preferred flavor profile. I'm not getting, you know, a lot of sherry. Maybe the darker fruits that I'm tasting is that sherry oak, but as far as wood, no, I'm not getting any type of, getting any type of sweet oak on here, at least not on the front. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. This is what I would say. Pros for me are the mouthfeel. Mouthfeel feels good. The finish is better than I'd expected. That's another pro. Cons. The cons I would say is the flavor profile. For me, this is not my preferred flavor profile. I'm getting more of the darker fruits, vanilla, caramel, as opposed to the lighter fruits that I like. But you know, this is different. I'm taking it for what it is. This is different. I don't taste anything wrong in here, just with my limited knowledge of Scotch, but it just tastes quality. It tastes like something that you could definitely enjoy, you know, more in the wintertime, I would think. Nothing wrong here, and I'm glad that I started here because this is going to give me a good base for, you know, the next ones that I get into. So that's what I think of the Macallan 12 Double Cask. If you had it, let me know what you think. Dark Spirits, where I do long-term reviews of easy to find whiskeys that you can find anywhere. I'll be back for another Scotch review soon. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Cheers.